Well, hello, and welcome to The Hollywood Outsider, an award-winning weekly podcast on TV and film. This episode is our 2024 Emmy Awards recap. Let's get on with the show. Again, this is The Hollywood Outsider. I'm your host, Aaron Peterson. You can always find episodes available at thehollywoodoutsider.com or on your favorite podcast app. We will still have our 2024 movie preview extravaganza episode this week, but this is a special episode of our show, as the other hosts, Amanda, Troy, and John, are not here, as it is just I, and I alone, who will try not to bore you silly as I recap the winners of the 75th Annual Emmys. There's no editing, they're just riffing off the cuff, there's no script, literally, the show just ended. I have the winners in my head, and apparently I've seen more TV in 1 week than all of the Emmys have seen in an entire year. And keep in mind, this is a delayed Emmys. This was actually supposed to occur back in September, and it was delayed until now because of the strike. So the time frame was until the end of May. So you might be wondering, why aren't some other shows part of this? Well, that's why, because the cutoff was May, I believe, 31st of last year. Okay, like I said, there is no format. I just have the winners. I'm going to go kind of in order and go through them and my thoughts on them, as well as my thoughts on the show. And I got to tell you, man, Anthony Anderson crushed it. I really respect that the guy is doing everything he can to make his mom happen. I think more of us mama's boys should do this. I love this take. Go ahead, man. Make your mama big. You're big. Make your mom big. I don't care. Make her a star. She's got it. I love the idea that, hey, if you guys don't shut the frack up, my mom is going to just tell you to go home. You know, it's time. Wrap it up, baby. Wrap it up. I love that. I think that was a wonderful touch. And Anthony Anderson was a wonderful host. Like, he really, really, really did what so many hosts are doing wrong lately. Sorry, Joe Coy. He's funny and also kind of respectful to what we're there to celebrate. Although, I do like when comedians kind of, pick on celebrities and take the piss out of them and all that. On the same token, it's oftentimes at the expense of the art. And this took the other approach. It was a celebration of the art. There was nothing negative. There was no digging at actors and their dating lives and, Leo dating at 25-year-olds and that sort of thing. It was just respect of the things that we all love and reminding us why we love them. And I think that's the approach I love. That's the approach that the Oscars used to have. The Golden Globes has always been a drunk fest, but they just usually have better comics. Joe Coy's a nice guy and a decent comic. He just wasn't right for the Golden Globes. But most awards, they've been doing that for years. I think they went and let Ricky Gervais style comedy get a little too rampant. I love the celebration of the arts. That's where I lean into. And I think the way that they had this set up, the whole presentation, the celebration of 75 years of television, of some of the best moments in television, was absolutely wonderful. I thought that was a great approach. Even though I have some issues with some of the winners for various reasons. Well, no issues really with the winners, just the lack of... I'll get there. Hold that thought. Let me just tell you what I really like about the ceremony itself first. Okay, so opening with Mr. Anderson's Neighborhood. Nice touch. Love that. That was clever. And then you've got this whole celebration of TV with classic theme songs, singing Facts of Life and Good Times and that sort of thing. In the Air Tonight, man, Travis Barker's there doing the drum solo from a Phil Collins song. My favorite song of all time, by the way, is In the Air Tonight. Don't judge me. It's the best one. It's just it's an amazing opening. I thought it was really, it gets you into the mood, right? Like, we're here to celebrate television. It gets you in that, what do the kids say? Vibe. Yeah, it got me in that vibe that I'm here to celebrate lots of TV. My dad's TV, my grandpa's TV, my grandmom's TV. Is that a term? Probably not. That's what happens when you try to talk fast and you're by yourself. Nobody's there to correct you. But it's a celebration of the things I grew up watching with my mother. My mother and I we had very, very little money, so we sat in front of the TV a lot, in our off time, because that was some quality time. And back then there were not a lot to watch, so we watched a lot of oldies. You didn't have 4,000 options at your fingertips. You had to watch what was on, or it was reruns. So we watched a lot of reruns. Andy Griffith, and, I Love Lucy, and Twilight Zone, and Beaver. Leave It to Beaver. Just all of these wonderful shows that have kind of faded away. Jefferson's, Good Times, all these wonderful shows that have kind of just faded they've disappeared to a lot of people. They don't really watch reruns anymore, so it's hard for people to discover these classics, but I'm glad that they brought some of these back. So the In the Air Tonight thing, that was a big, you won me over with that one. That's all you got to do. Play that song and I'm in. And then he had the touch of Anthony Anderson having his mom, who he does a game show with. He's doing everything he can to make his mom pop into culture. And I respect that. Like, just making mom part of the zeitgeist. You know what I mean? Just making it happen. I love that. I love that. Love your mother, man. There's no shame in that. I love my mother. If I could make her famous, I would too. Then when we go throughout the awards show, I'm getting to the winners. Hang tight. And throughout the awards show, they visit classic sets and actors from classic shows. That was a really nice touch. Like, I really love that. And I realize it's part of the 75th anniversary. But on the same token, if they could do this every year and just pick different genres or decades of TV, I would be so happy. So happy. They probably won't do it, but I love that idea. So anyway, you've got the Sopranos 25th anniversary. That one opened it. That was wonderful. Just kind of, paying respects to one of the most awarded shows in Emmy history. And then you had the cast of Martin. That was wonderful. Although I'm concerned about Martin Lawrence's health. He kind of seemed a bit feeble in some respects. I don't know if he had anything going on or whatnot, but I hope he's not doing any stunts on Bad Boys 4 because, but it was wonderful seeing those guys back together again and, throwing some shade for never getting that Emmy love because a lot of good TV never got appreciated by the Emmys. Night Court says hello. Other than John Larroquette, I guess. All right. And then you've got the cast of Cheers. Wonderful to have them back. It's a really nice set that they had. I do think they should have done more with that cast. To me, Cheers is one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. I think by ratings, even you should know that. And you did not really give them much to do. And both of their awards, the winners weren't even there. So those particular actors, I think, deserved a little bit more. Then you had Arsenio Hall. I grew up watching Arsenio Hall. I love seeing him back, and I wish his show would have stayed longer than it did. Then you had Grey's Anatomy with Katherine Heigl back. So what happened behind the scenes on that one, huh? How did they pull that one off? But she was back, and it was nice to see her, but you didn't have Patrick Dempsey. You didn't have several of the other actors that have George. I don't remember the actor's name, but you didn't have him on there. But it was nice to see them back. Then they have the entire cast of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia commenting that they've never even been nominated for an Emmy. That's amazing. 16 years and whatnot. And let's see. You had Twilight Zone, which leads to Murder House from American Horror Story, which led to Anthony Anderson, just duct taped in latex, black latex. That was, or leather, whatever the hell that was. And it was a fun homage to American Horror Story. And then, of course, you had All in the Family. You had that entire set with Rob Reiner and Sally Struthers there. Ally McBeal. So fun seeing Calista Flockhart. I was trying to figure out why was Harrison Ford here? Are they doing some kind of honorary Indiana Jones thing? And I've completely bypassed my mind that his wife is Calista Flockhart. And she is successful in her own right. And I totally forgot about Ally McBeal. Shame on me, but I also never watched Ally McBeal. And where the hell was Robert Downey Jr.? Huh? What, he couldn't be bothered? He's doing the awards circuit. Here you go. Drum up some support. And then you got I Love Lucy. That was a wonderful, wonderful homage. You know, Lucille Ball is probably the most famous comedian in history. Female comedian in history, at least. Carol Burnett is either pretty close or they're neck and neck. I don't know. But then you had this Tracy Ellis Ross and Natasha Lyonne recreating one of the most famous scenes from I Love Lucy. And that was really kind of fun. I think they both seemed to be in on it. They had a great time. They ate a lot of chocolate. I'm really concerned about their cavities. And then you end with the Iron Throne, the Game of Thrones nod. Peter Dinklage doesn't even look at it. Everybody, I think, in the world watching was like, finally, Tyrion can sit on it. And he doesn't. He doesn't miss that opportunity, that golden opportunity to go sit on the throne where Tyrion belonged. What are you going to do? All right. I've already talked about the ceremony now. Now I'm going to get into the awards. Now, some of these I'm going to zip by because you don't probably care about a lot of them, but I don't want to be disrespectful because people work hard on these shows. But I do have a question. I have a very important question. And this isn't the first time. It happens all the time. It feels to me like if you want variety, go listen to our award show from last week where we covered TV and film from 2023, like our best of the most recent episode. We had a lot of variety, a lot of differing views. There are 4 hosts, 4 very frequently completely different views on what is great in television. And there was so much to choose from, a lot of quality TV. You know what's not here? At the Emmys, and it happens year after year, man, like year after year. It's like 3 or 4 shows and that's it. Those are your winners. It's almost like they just get locked in and they maverick the shit out of it. They're just like, I'm on target. Bam. That's it. And that's a negative, Ghost Rider. That's just not the way TV works. TV is supposed to be about variety. You got a category for variety, but you don't have variety. If you had asked me, I could have told you, no, you didn't have to. We were watching it and we knew who the winners of best comedy, drama, and limited series was going to be easily by the halfway mark, if not sooner. Now, why is it that predictable? Because if you've been watching the Emmys for any amount of time, they get locked on to shows. And most of the actors in that show win. Most of the writers in that show, most of the directors in that show win. It's just like they forget about variety. There's no mixing it up. I got a favorite show. I like that show. I'm going to give everybody in that show the award. That's how it seems to be. And it's no disrespect to any of the shows. The Bear, Beef, and Succession. If you were being honest, who didn't see those winning by at least the halfway point? Who? And are you being honest? Are you being honest? Okay. I have more to say about The Bear in particular, but I'll wait. But I just want to say, like, The Bear, Beef, and Succession. If by the end of the show you were to ask me, like, do you feel like the academies were fair here? No, I don't, because I don't think there's variety there, and it's got nothing to do with anyone involved. It's just when you have all your eggs in one basket. To me, it just feels like you're not really doing due diligence here. And it happens all the time. It happens year after year with the Emmys. It's a constant thing. It just keeps happening. I just feel like people, whoever is voting, is not going category by category by category. They're taking a show they love and kind of like just voting it across the board. I don't know if it's to make the ballot go faster or what. That's my take. You tell me on social media if you agree with me. You think I'm being crazy, unfair. Oh, you just hate these shows. I don't. I really dug Beef a lot. I'm going to stop there. I guess I don't like Succession. I don't. I like The Bear. Succession, I don't like Succession. It's about rich assholes. I can see that wherever I want to go. They're everywhere. I don't need a show for that. Why do I don't want to watch TV and make me miserable? I don't know. But that doesn't mean that I don't understand and appreciate why that show is successful. I get it. I'm just saying it's not for me. I don't think it's anything close to a bad show. It's just a show I don't want to watch. I've seen a couple episodes. It's enough for me. I'm good. Anyway. Okay, so now there's a few that were done before this week's ceremony, but I don't like when they just leave people off, like they don't get their award during the actual ceremony. Like we can have all these random things, but we can't give awards to people because their role wasn't as important. So I'm going to mention them. Guest actor in drama series actually went to Nick Offerman for The Last of Us. These are where all the variety was. All the variety was in the ceremony that took place a week ago. Yeah, true story. They gave these awards out a week ago. It's just a ripoff for those particular actors and whatnot. But anyway, Nick Offerman won for The Last of Us, which is great. He was wonderful in that particular role, that kind of like one-off episode of Last of Us. Guest actress in drama series was Storm Reed in The Last of Us. So it's nice seeing The Last of Us get some love when no one can possibly see it. That's cool. Television movie, the winner was Weird, the Al Yankovic story. I love that. I love that. He was on Instagram right after at the In-N-Out Burger or somewhere, just, getting a sandwich, which is really nice. Guest actor in a comedy series, Sam Richardson for Ted Lasso. So Ted Lasso got a little bit of love here. And then guest actress in comedy series is Judith Light for Poker Face. Oh man, Poker Face is a great show. I love Poker Face. I talked about it a lot in our award show last week. Man. Okay, so now for the series proper. I do want to say it was really cool. If you didn't know, Christina Applegate came out, I believe, 3 years ago now, something like that, stating that she had MS and that her body was starting to be debilitated and she could not perform as she had in the past. She's had a tough run. I think she had breast cancer too. I mean, she's had her tough run. But she came out to open the show proper for awards and, man, received a standing ovation. So did Marla Gibbs later on. So those are the two really big standing ovations that I think are really worth note. And also Christina Applegate did a wonderful job. So did Marla. They both did. Both standing ovations were richly deserved for different reasons. It was wonderful to see both of those women at the event. So supporting actress in a comedy series, Ayo Edebiri for The Bear. Now, I think that's great because I love Ayo. Bottoms, we've raved about that movie quite a bit on the show before, and she's wonderful in it. And I'm not taking, there's a lot of quality actresses in this category. Alex Bornstein, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Janelle James from Abbott Elementary, I love her. Shirley Roth from Abbott Elementary, Juno Temple from Ted Lasso, Hannah Waddingham from Ted Lasso, Jessica Williams from Shrinking. Now, every category, I'm not going to go over all the nominees. I'm just saying stacked category. And AO won. Congratulations. That's wonderful. You're about to see a trend. They like The Bear. That's what I hear. Actress comedy series, Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary. And it was given to her by Carol Burnett. Oh, icon. Absolute icon. I think Abbott Elementary is very funny, very well written. It is a textbook TV comedy, and it's funny. So I love that she won. Shirley Ralph has won before, I believe, last year. So I'm glad that show gets some love. That's about where it stops, right? So supporting actress, drama series, Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus. And she thanked all the quote-unquote evil gays because only Jennifer Coolidge could do that because they love her. Everybody loves her. Everybody loves Jennifer Coolidge. It was nice to see her win her Emmy and do her wonderful shtick that she does and get played off by Mama. I think we can all agree. We would have been okay with Jennifer Coolidge rambling for a little bit. So be it. It is what it is. All right. So then Pedro Pascal comes out to present supporting actor and says that Kieran Culkin beat the shit out of him. That's why his arm is in a sling. If you don't know what the joke is, when Kieran won at the Golden Globes, he basically said, "Suck it, Pedro," because everybody was expecting Pedro Pascal to win, and he did not. Kieran won. So he said, "Suck it, Pedro." So this is Pedro Pascal. They basically have a fake spat happening at awards banquets, and I think it's adorable. And I love that they bleeped it out, but that's what he said. Pedro Pascal said, people are asking what happened to my arm. It's in a sling. It's actually my shoulder. And what happened was Kieran Culkin beat the shit out of me. Love it. All right. So supporting actor in a drama series went to Matthew McFadden from Succession, beating out three other Succession nominees, Nicholas Braun, Alan Ruck, and Alexander Skarsgård. So there were 4 actors out of 7 nominees. Whittle this shit down, man. Okay, so 4 out of 7 were from Succession. The other 3 were from The White Lotus. This is what I mean. So according to, let me put it in perspective. According to there were 8. I am wrong. There were 8. Yes, there were 8. 4 from Succession, 4 from The White Lotus. That's even worse. Yeah, that got worse than I thought it was. According to the Academy, to the Television Academy, in terms of supporting actors in a drama series, the only good ones were in The White Lotus and Succession. That's what that tells me. Wild. Just wild. All right. Supporting actor in a comedy series went to Ibn Moss Bakrak for The Bear. I've seen him on The Bear. He's very good in his role. Beat out people like Anthony Carrigan on Barry, Brett Goldstein, and Phil Dunster from Ted Lasso, Henry Winkler, Tyler James Williams, James Marsden. So at least this category has some variety, all right? Has some substance. They didn't just look at 2 shows and say, we're going to name everybody that's ever worked on those 2 shows. It's all right. Respect. Actor for a comedy series. Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. Beat out Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso, Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building, Jason Segel for Shrinking, and Bill Hader for Barry. Poor Bill Hader. The whole night he's losing while his girlfriend Ali Wong is crushing it. That's got to suck. Or it's awesome. Depends on your level of support, I suppose. But Jeremy Allen White won. He just won at the Globes. Guy's a winner. Just keeps winning. I'm going to come back to The Bear. I'm going to wait till the comedy thing. But no, I'm going to do it now. So that's 3 awards in comedy that The Bear won. Just right there, right? Before you get to anything else. In comedy. Have you ever seen The Bear? I don't know if you've ever seen The Bear. It's on FX and Hulu. Wow. How is it a comedy? How is this not a drama? It feels like you put it in comedy because it's a half hour. So people think it's half hour. Oh, it's got to be a comedy because that's how our brains are triggered. Or wired, not triggered. Calm down. Respect. So the show is in this category, I feel like, just because they wanted to get away from Succession, because they knew Succession was going to win everything. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. It is not a comedy. There's some subtle comedic ticks here and there, and there's some elements that are kind of comedic, but that is a straight up drama full of anger and angst and pain and anxiety. It is not, I laughed. It's just not. You can make the argument if you're a fan of The Bear, but I think if you're not a diehard fan of The Bear, you can't make that argument because there's no common sense to it, in my opinion. Wild. All right, I'll come back to The Bear. So scripted variety series, the winner was Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. What? Such a shock. But good for John Oliver. The guy just keeps crushing it. Supporting actress, limited series or TV movie. Niecy Nash Betts for Dahmer, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, monster Jeffrey Dahmer story. She had the best speech of the night, by far as I'm concerned. I want to thank me. And it wasn't like mocking or snark. It was sincerely that, keep going, keep believing in yourself. Only you know what you've been through. And, I know my level of perseverance and I know what it's like to have the door slammed in my face. That's the mindset she's approaching with that comment. And I thought it was wonderful. I loved it. And then she did, when they do their question and answer with the media and stuff after the event, that's the same concept of what she's talking about. Loved it. Absolutely loved that. She was wonderful. Congratulations to her. Outstanding directing of a comedy series and writing of a comedy series is Christopher Storer for The Bear. Jesus. It's not funny. Comedy shows should be funny, right? Like I should laugh. Ugh. Structured reality program. The winner was Queer Eye. That was again given outside of this event. Unstructured reality program. The winner was Welcome to Wrexham. I don't know what unstructured reality program is versus structured reality program. I'll be honest. If I wanted to do due diligence, I could look that up. But I like you. And I think you can handle Google. So you figure that out if it really bothers you. Because I honestly don't care. So, reality or competition program, RuPaul's Drag Race won. It's won a lot. It was a great speech. It was a beautiful sense of community and unity. So, got nothing for love for him. Best writing team, variety series winner was Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. The 8th consecutive win, which is why they had to get John Oliver out of the category and go with Variety Talk series. So other people had a chance to win something. And that's how The Daily Show with Trevor Noah finally got their win. And also somehow connected to Jon Stewart. Would have been wonderful if Jon Stewart won since he got fired from Apple over creative differences, though. That would be amazing because Jon Stewart probably would speak to power. If anybody would, it'd be Jon Stewart. That guy is just not afraid. But respect to Trevor Noah on his way out the door because he's done with The Daily Show now. He got an Emmy. So that group got an Emmy, not just him. Directing of a limited or anthology series or movie was Lee Sung-jin for Beef. I'm not against beef. I like beef. I really enjoy, I like chicken too. And, shrimp, fish. I like meat. Yeah. But no, I like the show Beef. I thought it was a very, very well told series about just inner angst and anger and just a lot of human condition stuff, right? Like we all have. My only problem with Beef is I think it was about 3 episodes too long. It's a concept that I think makes a better movie than a series, personally. But performances were wonderful. Ali Wong is just not I don't care much for her comedy. It just doesn't make me laugh that much. But she was wonderful in this, like wonderful. And Steven Yeun is great in everything he does, and this is definitely well-deserved. So I'm not taking anything away. There's still no variety in this awards, man. And you can't tell me there's not a lot. There's so much great television out there. I can find tons of it. How can the Academy never find but 5 things? I don't get it. Oh. Okay. Well, you got some variety here, though. Boy, this is variety. Supporting actor, limited series or TV movie. Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird. Apparently, look, Paul Walter Hauser is a weird dude. In my opinion. Seems like a weird guy. Not in a bad way. I like weird. Jack Black's a weird guy. I think he's great. He's just weird. He's a little different. But apparently he decided to eat snacks during his category. And he's just chewing as he goes up there as if he's too cool for school. And then wrapped his acceptance speech, which I respected, packed with a bunch of wrestling references. So if anything, he's different. And it will probably be memorable, just not for the right reasons. But congratulations to him. Apparently he did some great work there. And it's a category Beef didn't win. Oh, let's see. Outstanding writing for a drama series, Jesse Armstrong for Succession. Surprise! Outstanding writing for a limited series or movie, Lee Sun-jin for Beef. Surprise! Directing for a drama series, Mark Mylod for Succession. Surprise! Oh, my throat's getting strong. Oh, man. So you got a lot more for Beef and Succession. Surprise! Take a shot every time you're surprised, because you won't drink the rest of the show. All right, so then we have Tina Fey and Amy Poehler Weekend Update. That was fun. They did the Outstanding Variety special, like in a Weekend Update format, throwing back to their roots from Saturday Night Live. I thought that was wonderful. Crushed it. Nice little reference to Mean Girls. Tina Fey did. I really liked. I like this all of the awards and the writing here and the presentation. I liked all of it throughout the show. It was really an engaging Emmys for the first time in a while. But the winner was Elton John Live Farewell from Dodger Stadium, which makes Elton John now an EGOT, which means he's got an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. So he officially is an EGOT winner. That's awesome. Congratulations, Elton John, because I know you're totally listening to this random Hollywood outsider ramble. Now we get to some more awards. Actor, limited series, or TV movie. Steven Yeun for Beef. Surprise! Wonderful performance, though. Like, total respect. Actress, limited series, or TV movie. Ali Wong for Beef. Surprise! I can't do that voice much longer. Then we get to limited or anthology series. Now, here are the in case you didn't know what the nominees were. Beef, Dahmer, Daisy Jones and the Six, Fleischman is in Trouble, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Really? Like, of all the variety we do get, Obi-Wan Kenobi, which was not good. I mean, it was just okay at best. What? Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. All right, so Beef won. Surprise! Huh. Jesus. Well, we're getting near the end here, so I hope you guys are keeping up. If you've got a tally, just write down Succession, Beef, and The Bear, and I think you got most of this covered. There's a quick montage of 75 years in TV. I would have liked to have seen the entire thing, because one thing even I as a fan, I've seen so much television over the years, even I as a fan sometimes fail to capture the realization of how many wonderful or tragic moments I have witnessed in front of a television set. Now, 9/11 I didn't. I was actually at the airport the day of 9/11. So that, trying to catch a flight. It's a long story. You probably don't want to hear it, but I missed my flight to Dallas. And for a long period of time, people thought that I was, including my child, thought I was gone because there was a flight going to Dulles. So anyway, being at the airport that day, tragic. So I didn't see it even on the TV screens because it's weird. In the airport, they actually replaced it in Chicago with a Cubs game. And this is at 8 a.m. Everybody knows there's no Cubs games. So it was weird. Anyway, that moment, Neil Armstrong walking on the moon, if you believe in it, flat earthers, just so many moments. The I Love Lucy moments, Twilight Zone theme song, like just so many pivotal things in history, in my mind, that are pivotal, that have been on television. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, just all these things that are momentous and that we've witnessed over the years. Just wonderful. I really, really like that. I would have watched 20 minutes of something like that just to recapture the moments from 75 years of television. Then GLAAD won the Governor's Award for ensuring diversity in storytelling. That's the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. They began in 1985, so congratulations to them. And gave a nice speech about diversity and how we need to keep storytelling going. I know some people don't like that. They immediately recoil because, no, not woke. But there's nothing wrong with diversity in storytelling because that's how the human existence is. It's diverse. Then we get the In Memoriam montage. I hate these. Not because I don't enjoy watching and reflecting on artists I've loved. It's the clapping. How is that not in the worst taste possible to applaud some people and not even touch your hands together for other people? If you're going to applaud for everybody, because otherwise you're being a dick to a bunch of people and their families that have been lost. Yeah, it's not cool, man. The louder the applause, the more important the celebrity. What? This is a weird thing we do as people. I don't know. Can you imagine if they did that where you work? I don't know, 10 people in your office kicked the bucket last year, and then you're going to the annual, holiday party or something, and throw up a montage, and people are clapping for Steve, but not Bob. Well, you liked Bob. You're the only one that clapped. What the hell is with everybody else? Why do they hate Bob? It's just, you see what I'm saying? It's just not cool. It's just not right. It's wrong. I don't like it. Either be quiet or clap for everyone, but don't sit there and pick your favorites. I don't like it. What I did like, even though it was completely playing favorites, it was just a smooth transition, is they went from Fast 7 song to I'll Be There For You. And then Matthew Perry's name's coming up. And of course he's dead last and got the most applause. So I think we know who's the favorite, even over, Barbara Walters. And so it's okay. And Norman Lear, who gave us some of the best television of all time. Whatever. I just find it weird. I find it very, very odd that we do this. It's a weird thing. We need to stop it. Let's figure out a solution. I don't know what it is. Maybe everyone has to sing along for people that they really miss. That way we can get some entertainment out of it. You join in the song if you're a fan of theirs, then you cut out when you see somebody you don't like. Just in and out. Just breathe, let's just see that way we can hear voices with it. Or maybe they do shout outs like, Yo, Matthew! Things like that. All right, moving along. Actor, drama series. The winner is, oh my God. Nominees were Jeff Bridges, The Old Man. What? You don't have any variety, but you have that one. That's weird. Then you have Brian Cox, Succession. Kieran Culkin, Succession. Jeremy Strong, Succession. Then you have Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul. And Pedro Pascal, who should have won for The Last of Us. That's my opinion. But it's also scientific fact. Kieran Culkin, he won. Congratulations. I'm glad the guy who beat the shit out of Pedro Pascal won, right? So he has to look up at his abuser on the stage. Yeah, that's saying something. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. No, he seemed very gracious and very, very appreciative. I'm happy for him. It's just, you saw it coming. You kind of saw it coming. Actress drama series, Sarah Snook from Succession. Nominees, Sarah Horgan from Bad Sisters, Melanie Linsky from Yellow Jackets, Elizabeth Moss from The Handmaid's Tale, Bella Ramsey from The Last of Us, and Kerry Russell from The Diplomat, and Sarah Snook won. So Succession is crushing it. No surprise. Surprise! Comedy series. Here are the finalists. Abbott Elementary, Barry, Jury Duty, Only Murders in the Building, Ted Lasso, final season, The Bear, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and Wednesday. I want you to sit in your chair or your driver's seat, passenger seat, you're running, whatever you're doing, just stop for a second and think of all those. Which one do you think was the best comedy of the year? The best comedy of the year. Could it be The Bear? The one that takes place in a restaurant where everybody's angry and stressed out and they yell at each other constantly, but somehow it's supposed to be funny? Yeah, that's the winner. I think The Bear is a good show. I don't understand this placement. I don't understand how The Bear belongs in a comedy category. Is there category rigging? I feel like it's category rigging. Interesting. All right, well, drama series, the finalists were Andor. They got a Star Wars fetish going on over there. But Andor, Better Call Saul, House of the Dragon. Oh, now you're just throwing darts to the variety police. Succession, The Crown, The Last of Us, The White Lotus, and Yellow Jackets. Who do you think won? I'll give you 3 guesses. Seriously, I'm just going to give you one guess. It's Succession. Come on. You know what won. And it's got a very cool theme song. But Succession won. So there you go. The big winners for drama series is Succession, and comedy series is The Bear. Apparently laughs are not required, because I would really like a laugh count at this point. I want to know how many laughs were in The Bear to make it qualify as a comedy series. I don't understand. I just don't get it. So here's some questions. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if this means that we'll get another Emmys in September, like we would have gotten, but we had the actor strike and the writer strike this past summer. I don't know. Because these are for shows really, I think it was The Bear's first season, because the second season came out in the summer. So it'll probably sweep that one too in comedy. So I hope you ain't a fan of comedies. You ain't going to see anything else win for a while, it seems like. That's just what happens with the Emmys. They get stuck on a show and it'll run for a couple of years, and then it'll be the next show and it'll run and everybody gets it. It's just, that's my biggest problem with the Emmys, where I feel like the Oscars, you get a little bit of diversification. You get different an actor wins here, a different supporting actor wins there. Very rarely do you get all the category, or most of the categories are for one movie. You don't usually get that. With the Emmys, it happens almost every year, at least on one side of the fence. Either in drama or comedy, you're getting one that's just sweeping all the time. And it's usually, it's just, I feel like, this is my opinion, either I have too diverse a taste, or they get too stuck on one thing and they don't want to have to watch everything. Because I can name easily 10 shows where you could have had a variety of actor, actress, writing, directing. Like the very idea that Barry, that Bill Hader didn't win for directing, not even acting, okay? Take acting out of it. For directing, he directed every episode of Barry. I did not like that final season. The way that it ended, I thought was very clunky. It's also, against my expectations. I just felt like they made a leap. It didn't land for me, but at least they tried. It's one of those things. But the direction was phenomenal. Better than any other comedy show on the air. And that one, unlike The Bear, has a lot of comedy in it. I laugh a lot in Barry. The direction was phenomenal. The fact that Succession, I've seen Succession multiple times. I said a couple times, but I've seen it multiple times. The direction is very straightforward. There's nothing creative. The Bear, also, it's very, very fast paced and whatnot. Direction's not that impressive, okay? Barry was impressive. He's taking like really unique shots. There's some Hitchcock flourishes. There's a lot of just nods to classic cinema. There's just very creative and doing different things. And how that doesn't beat The Bear is insane to me. To me, that is just, I'm just stuck on this one thing. I'm just stuck on it. That's enough for this episode. You don't care about anything else, right? You want to move on. You want to go. Well, we've got a cool episodes coming out later this week, where we're talking about all the movies coming out in 2024. My host will be back for that. I hope you guys will really, really love that. I'm sorry if I bored the shit out of you, but we wanted to at least recap the Emmys. If it would have been in September, then it probably would have been Amanda and I. We've done it in previous years, but unfortunately, just timing, it's just always tough. And plus, we already have another episode working on this week. I keep those people focused, all right? We've only got 3 shows to talk about. What are we going to talk about? We'll just tell you how you should be voting for. Go listen to last week's episode, because then all the hosts are on there, and we're talking about the best in movie and TV from last year, and we get it right, all right? We get it right. Just saying, we get it right. So thanks for listening. I'm going to head out of here. Thanks for listening to this Emmys recap. Remember, you can go to thehollywoodoutsiders.com or find us in your favorite podcast app. We always have a new episode every week, most weeks, unless there's a holiday or something like that. And if you've never listened before and you're just checking this out because you wanted to hear what won, congratulations. I hope I didn't offend you too much. But I'm guessing if you made it to the end, you don't love those shows either. You want to know why didn't Last of Us win? Why didn't Pedro win? Pedro was phenomenal in that show. Why did he not win? Why? Tell me. And I might have to beat the shit out of Kieran Culkin. All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Come back soon for the 2024 movie preview extravaganza. It's always our most popular episode of the year. Thanks again for listening. And remember, the next time you head to a theater or sit comfortably on your couch watching the same goddamn 3 shows over and over and over again, apparently, buy popcorn. How the fuck is The Bear a comedy?